James Comey, the former director of the FBI. Now, James Comey, he was visited by actually, he wasn't visited. He was escorted to have a little talking to with the Secret Service today. And he was escorted down there due to an Instagram post he had made about President Trump, where it was seashells lined up that said, and I quote, 8647. Now, to 86 something means to get rid of it, to remove it, to kill it in a lot of instances. And obviously that drew the attention of Secret Service, as our friend and comedian Aaron Clough knows. When you make jokes about offing a president, even if it's just a joke, they are going to come and talk to you. So Comey deleted the post from Instagram after he got called out on it. Said, I posted it, and he posted a new one. I posted a picture of some shells I saw today on a beach walk, which I assumed were a political message. Because that's what I do. When I just see numbers just out and about, just laying out in the wild, right? And I don't know what they mean, I just take pictures and share it to my personal Instagram account. We all do that, right? Just random numbers. I saw it. I assumed it was political. Didn't know what it was, but I posted it. Does anyone buy this? I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. The head of the FBI doesn't understand what an online terroristic threat is. The former head of the FBI, I guess I should say. How fucked were we? This is the guy that Obama appointed in 2013. He's the one that led the Russian interference in our elections, the hoax witch hunt against Donald Trump. He's the one who didn't press any charges against Hillary Clinton. I mean, this guy is as crooked as much of a crooked establishment hack as you can get. But he evidently didn't know. He said, it never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. Well, the Secret Service disagreed with Mr. Comey, and they set up a meeting between them. Now, he wasn't arrested or anything like that, but Trump called him out as well. Like I said, if this was some idiot, even if it was just some dude that posted this to his Instagram that wasn't a spook, I still wouldn't believe it, because nobody just takes pictures of a random arrangement of seashells that they saw on the beach and shares it without knowing what they were. That's such a weird thing to do. No one buys this. He knew what it meant. He's used to being part of the elite ruler class that never has any consequences for their actions. Well, guess what, sweetheart? Actions are meeting consequences today, and it is fucking glorious to see. Glorious. I love to see it. So, he should go to jail. He knows what that means, and this is a guy with real connections. This is much more of a threat, James Comey, than some random unhinged liberal who's afraid of guns and gets anxiety ordering food at restaurants and talking to people on the phone in a customer service setting. James Comey has real connections and the ability to make this shit happen. Those people don't. Comey's an actual threat to the livelihood of the president of the United States. This really does, by the way, this really doesn't do much for the argument that the FBI wasn't involved in that shooting of Donald Trump back in Butler, Pennsylvania about a year ago. This kind of disproves that. This kind of adds credence to that argument there. Maybe you guys had a little something to do with it. Could be wrong. I don't know. All I know is that he visited the FBI office dozens of times. You had a federal agent that visited his house multiple times. I mean, it just goes on and on. Who knows, though, right? So this is what we're dealing with here. These are real deep state spooks. And again, it's like I said, these people have just never had consequences for anything they've done. They're just used to this crap. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and threaten the president of the United States on Instagram and nothing will happen to me. Nothing will happen to me. And supposedly there's some images of conservative influencers tweeting 8646. You know what? If those are real, they should be investigated as well. But they don't have the connections and the ability to pull off a shooting the way James Comey does. As we know, the FBI has put together its fair share of false flags, including assassination attempts. So I don't think we should leave anything off the table. The guy's a real threat. He needs to be monitored 24/7 at this point. I mean, If James Comey doesn't have a 24/7 tail, Kash Patel should be fired tomorrow. That's a dangerous guy. We need to know who he's talking to, who he's associating with, where he's going. Everything about James Comey, we need to wiretap this guy. Everything about his life needs to be cracked wide open. He is a deep state establishment hack as they come, and he's a legitimate threat to this country at this point. Unhinged. I mean, you hear about these liberals all the time on Reddit and Facebook and all this crap, sharing their unhinged takes, right? Where they fantasize, they post things like, if only that bullet were another quarter inch off to the right, or just stupid shit like that, right? And yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, all those people should get a talking to. But they don't, for the most part, even if they wanted to, if they really wanted to do these things, most of them couldn't. They don't have the means to come even remotely close to pulling something like that off, unless, of course, you have a Thomas Crook situation, but who totally wasn't a CIA asset, right? Totally not at all. Comey's a different story. And we've known that the deep states wanted Trump dead for a long time now. This is just the first time one of them's come out and actually said it. And maybe this was like a boomer moment where he didn't even mean to post this. It was meant to be to a private, like a Sinsta, like the kids have or whatever. Maybe that's what this was. And he did it by accident. Who knows? When I hear this saber rattling about Iran, and then I see these guys post these types of things where you see Iran threatened to shoot the president or whatever, so they're going to assassinate Donald Trump. They put a bounty out for his head. As we know, the intelligence agencies have a foothold in all of these countries. Whether they admit it or not, they have assets in all of them. These countries may or may not know it. It wouldn't be out of character for the CIA, the FBI, you name it, to stage an assassination attempt on Donald Trump so they could kill two birds with one stone and frame Iran. They can take Trump out, get him out of the way, and then they'd be able to send us into war with Iran. They'd have an excuse to do it. And they'd have the majority of the America First movement behind them as they did. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you can actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.